Welcome to Disexplainer. Today, we're going to do something incredibly fascinating. We are going to decode a human life. And we're not doing it through interviews or biographies, but through the pure, unvarnished truth of their data. I mean, think about it for a second. Your digital footprint, where exactly you spend your money, the specific prompts you feed into artificial intelligence, the videos you watch right before you fall asleep, it all acts as this perfect, unfiltered mirror of who you really are in the real world. So in this explainer, we have a unique opportunity to analyze one specific individual's data footprint over a recent multi-week period. We're going to build a complete and honestly surprisingly intimate digital anatomy. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the digital wallet, move into the automated workspace, then explore the content diet, and finally bring it all together with the big picture. Okay, let's dive right into this with section 1, the digital wallet, where we'll look at financial health and daily habits. So we zoomed in on an exact 3-week window of Paytm UPI transaction data, specifically from May 1st to May 21st, 2026. And the total spend? Exactly 15,655 rupees and 54 paise. This was spread across exactly 53 individual transactions over those 3 weeks, primarily coming from a Bank of India account ending in 89. Now, this isn't just some arbitrary number. When you break that down over 21 days, it averages out to a highly controlled, incredibly practical burn rate. Right off the bat, this tells us we're looking at someone who manages their resources with real discipline and intention. But the total amount is literally just the tip of the iceberg. The real story is in how it's broken down. Now, what's really interesting about this distribution is where the money is actually going. The biggest chunks of their budget, family and personal money transfers, consume around 6,000 rupees, and essential groceries take up over 4,500. Meanwhile, their medical expenses are just this tiny, tiny fraction, a mere 40 rupees. And luxury spending, it's practically non-existent. The vast majority of their financial energy is going straight toward absolute essentials and supporting others. It's just a remarkably grounded financial picture. To really grasp that commitment to others, we have to look at the specific transfers. The absolute standout here is a 5,000 rupee transfer to Matabushi Kriti Bharadwaj. Now, put that into perspective. In the context of a roughly 15,000 rupee total budget, committing a full third of their outgoing cash to a single individual, which is very likely a family member or close dependent, really highlights a powerful family support orientation. They're managing a tight budget for sure, but they are clearly prioritizing the people in their network over any personal luxuries. But hey, even the most disciplined spenders have areas for optimization, right? The data actually revealed this pattern of frequent, low-value daily purchases at local vendors. We're talking places like Curry Point, Bhavan, and specifically Mr. Marapali Chander Mohan for groceries. These are hitting anywhere from 120 to 324 rupees every single day. So the smart insight here, and honestly something we can all probably learn from, is that consolidating these daily micro-purchases into single planned weekly trips could massively reduce financial leakage. It would just make tracking their budget so much more efficient. Before we leave their financial data completely, I want to point out their specific education and subscription spend. They invested 299 rupees in Cosmofeed Technologies and another 299 in the Nation Collective. That's 598 rupees dedicated entirely to digital education and continuous learning. Sure, it's a small slice of the overall pie, but it serves as a massive clue about their mindset. This is a person who is actively, purposefully investing in their own intellectual growth. Which brings us to a really fascinating pivot point. If this is how they manage their scarce financial resources, tightly controlled, family-oriented, with a specific carve-out for learning, how exactly does this disciplined individual manage their time and their professional output? Well, let's find out. Let's move on to section 2, the automated workspace, looking at process, productivity, and AI. We went ahead and analyzed a week's worth of their direct interactions with the Gemini AI. And the absolute coolest part is seeing how connected their data streams actually are. Remember the financial data we literally just analyzed? Well, they didn't just spend that money and forget about it. They actively used AI system prompts to analyze those exact spending patterns, process the data, and dynamically build comprehensive Power BI-style visual dashboards to track their expenses. I mean, they are effectively building custom automated software to govern their own daily habits. How cool is that? And the sophistication of their digital workspace totally doesn't stop there. Over just 7 days of deep work, they are learning Python to expand their coding skills. They're finalizing a custom GPT model. They are actively modifying website code to better integrate their digital executive assistant, who, by the way, they've named Lilia. Oh, and they're even exploring insights into Forex trading. This is a highly technical, forward-thinking person who uses automation and AI not just as some fun novelty, but as an absolute core extension of their daily productivity. But let's be real. Nobody can maintain that level of intense, deep work indefinitely. We all need to decompress. So, what does a highly technical Python coding, AI building productivity machine actually do when they want to unwind? Let's check their YouTube history. That brings us to Section 3, the content diet, where we'll explore their leisure, learning, and entertainment habits. By analyzing one full month of their YouTube viewing history, we see this absolutely beautiful dichotomy in their mind. On one hand, you have this forward-looking tech obsession, heavy consumption of generative AI mastermind courses and mobile video editing tools. But on the other hand, you see where they go for comfort, grounded traditions. They completely bypass all those flashy, fast-paced domestic sports leagues in favor of classic international test cricket. It brilliantly illustrates that they are a futuristic builder who finds their ultimate relaxation in the most strategic, patient, and traditional format of a classic sport. Actually, if you look closely, even their leisure time is heavily skewed toward creation rather than just pure consumption. Their video diet is packed with tutorials on mobile-friendly tools like InShot and YouTube Create, as well as blueprints for AI workflows. They aren't just scrolling mindlessly on the couch. They are actively researching how to efficiently compile, edit, and automate content creation straight from their phone. They literally rest by learning how to build better. Yet, amidst all of this global technology and AI automation, their data reveals something incredibly grounding. They frequently tune into regional broadcasts focusing on current events and community updates specific to Hyderabad and Telangana. So, despite having their head up in the cloud, coding custom GPTs and exploring global Forex markets, their roots remain deeply planted in their local community. They genuinely care about what is happening right outside their literal front door. Let's move on to Section 4, the big picture, and see how this data acts as a mirror. When we weave their bank statements, their AI interactions, and their watch history all together, it builds this incredible, complete profile. We're looking at a practical, disciplined spender whose financial core is totally dedicated to supporting their family. Professionally, they are a forward-thinking builder, seamlessly integrating AI, Python, and digital assistants into their everyday life. As a creator, they are relentlessly efficient, mastering mobile video workflows. And finally, as a human being, they are beautifully grounded, anchored by the slow, methodical pace of test cricket and a really deep connection to their local Hyderabad community. It's just a wonderfully balanced digital anatomy. You know, our digital footprints really never lie. They capture our discipline, our ambitions, and our true loyalties in real time. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to ponder today. If someone pulled your transaction history, your search prompts, and your watch history from just the past 30 days, what story would that data tell about you? Thank you so much for exploring this data with me, and I